Let's go, let's go. We're back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, sport events, and much, much more. Don't forget, I pre-record my podcast. Video version goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, BitChute, Twitter, Twitch, and I also have the audio version on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much, much more. Today I'm going to react to a video of a firefighter getting fired because people don't agree with his views and whatnot. So, which is crazy. People get fired for political views because they don't have the same ideologies and things of that nature. But before we do, I'm gonna play a advertisement. We got a new commercial from Dizzle brand with I forgot the guy's name.
That slap, that shit, it is that one. Let's go. Everybody talking about Dizzle song, they like that's that turn, that lit, that slap, that shit, it's that one, that go. Everybody talking about Dizzle new song.
I got GS jumping on a Tuesday. Dizzle drunk gang deeper than the Wu-Tang. If you love it, then you better cuff your.
Do you dip?
Dizzle, Dizzle, ready to see that way. Ready to sizzle, Dizzle, ready to sizzle, be that way. Dizzle, Dizzle, on the sit, ready to sizzle, dripping my lip, Dizzle, my Dizzle, I'm ready to sizzle, I'm ready to Dizzle, Dizzle, be that way. On the sit, ready to sit, I need more than a drip. Ready to sit, I'm ready to sit, I need more than a drip. Dizzle, 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 Dizzle.
That's right, Dizzle. Check them out, DizzleBrand.com. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Just throw your Dizzle on ice, and it's nice. If you want to order your very own bottles of Dizzle premium luxury liqueur, go to DizzleBrand.com, of course. Click on our locations. Click on one of the top 3 website links. Excuse me. I recommend Emilio's Beverage, and you must be 21 and over. Shipping and handling is included. Below that is locations in California, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas as well. Number 1 selling state for Dizzle. And the Dizzle brand merch is on DizzleBrand.com under merchandise store, as well as Etsy.com. That's ETSY.com. Search for Dizzle brand or go to Etsy.com/shop/Dizzle brand. All right, let's get into it. Firefighter basically fired for posting that he's proud to be heterosexual, which is crazy. You're just basically trying to, if somebody doesn't agree with what you agree with, your views, your ideologies, that they're evil, they're hateful, and they're apparently the enemy, and they got to be fired. You got to destroy their lives. Let's keep it moving.
He has dedicated his life to his family and to saving lives through fighting fires and through simply going into action when the need arises. Lives will be lost, without a doubt, if you proceed his termination as a Greensboro firefighter. And I ask you, what if one of those lives is one of your children? Or your mother? Even if only one life is lost in the future due to Dustin's absence, that's one too many.
When you are a public employee, you serve the public, all of the public, including people who you may personally dislike. Free speech is your right, but when lives are in your hands, it is reasonable to interpret your speech as a reflection of your ability and your willingness to protect those people. I, for one,
What a bunch of bullshit. We're talking about firefighters here.
do not want to worry if the person protecting my transgender friends is going to give them the same care as they would give me in the same situation.
Well,
All right, guys. So we got.
how about somebody tell Urkel to go protect himself? Like this is what I hate about this shit. These people, like, how about you protect yourself? You can't even protect yourself. These are like weak-minded people that need protection. Talking about, I wouldn't want a firefighter to try to protect me because he's proud to be a heterosexual. What a bunch of bullshit. Let's keep it moving.
I talk about a fascinating story out of Greensboro, North Carolina,
My home
featuring
state.
a firefighter captain by the name of Dustin Jones, who got fired for posting memes to social media. Now, what type of memes were this that got him fired? Well, you guessed it. It was memes that were political in nature, and they happened to disagree with the left. Okay, so he lost his job because, of course, you had the woke revolutionaries boohoo, whine, and cry about the fact that this guy was expressing his political opinion on his own, private social media, and that resulted in him getting fired. Okay, now allegedly these memes are racist, transphobic, bigoted, right, hateful, or whatever, right? And we're gonna talk about some of the memes that he posted. But again, there was a city council meeting on this guy getting fired. And I want to go ahead and play a news clip so you guys can get a better idea of what's going on here and what happened. And then I want to talk about it. So without further ado, go ahead and roll the clip.
High tonight at the Greensboro City Council meeting. Speakers formed a line out the door to voice their opinions over the firing of a Greensboro firefighter. The city says the department fired a captain over numerous inappropriate posts on social media. Some say the city did the right thing by firing Dustin Jones. Others disagree. WFMY News 2's ITN's McMiller heard both sides.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a Greensboro City Council meeting this packed. It started with protesters outside supporting the decision to fire Dustin Jones. He was a Greensboro firefighter captain until last month. Now, in the City Council chambers, it was standing room only. Dozens signed up to speak, most commending the city for not reinstating Jones for posts he made on social media.
Solidarity means standing against the lunatics that want to mask racism, homophobia, transphobia, bigotry as First Amendment protected free speech. Bob Hope.
That's because it is. That's because it is. That's the thing. You don't get to pick and choose what speech is free speech and what speech is not. It's all free speech. It's all free speech. This guy's a jackass and a moron. That's the thing. Like, when you talk like this, then eventually something you say people are going to disagree with, they're going to censor you on it. Like, let's keep it moving.
The termination, the city manager sends a message that bigotry has no place in this city. When lives are in your hands, it is reasonable.
Wait. Hold up, before he goes in. So apparently being proud to be a heterosexual is a bigot. What a bunch of bullshit. Let's keep it moving.
To interpret your speech as a reflection of your ability and your willingness to protect those people. I, for one, do not want to worry.
Somebody please tell Urkel to protect your fucking self. How about that? Like, you know what pisses me off about this? None of these jackasses that are up here spewing this bullshit would ever go into a burning building and try to save a complete stranger. They know they wouldn't. They wouldn't. None of them would. None of them are brave enough. They could get up there and act like they're brave to say what they want, but let them try to go in a burning building and save a complete stranger. And yes, firefighters have to save racists and bigots and homophobes and transophobes and every other label you want to put on people, and if I got any respect for anybody, it's firefighters, man. I mean, they literally risk their lives for complete strangers who are jackasses and morons like this, who, if you don't agree with what they say, apparently hateful.
If the person protecting my transgender friends is going to give them the same care as they would give me in the same situation.
You know what's such
Jones,
horseshit about this? No firefighter is going to sit there and say, just because a firefighter might not agree with transgenderism or accept it, which I don't, I would totally argue that firefighters are not just going to let a transgender person just die in a burning building. They're not going to just say, oh, I'm not going to save them because I would never do that. Just because I don't agree with transgenderism, if, say somebody shot a transgender person in front of me. Yes, I would call the cops and try to help them out. I wouldn't, this transphobe shit being transphobic is not even a real thing. It's complete horse shit. Why is that? Because being transgender is not even a real thing. It's make-believe, it's imaginary, made up bullshit. Let's keep moving.
Appealed his firing to the city manager, but it was denied. In the response, the city manager outlined in a letter that Jones made several racist and anti-LGBTQ posts over a year's time. The city said the fire department tried repeatedly to get Jones to follow the fire department's social media policy, but the posts continued. His supporters who spoke at tonight's meeting say it was his First Amendment right.
Words of the First Amendment that somebody posts in their private, personal Facebook page should stop them from serving.
Dustin Jones, without hesitation, would rush into that burning house to save your life.
And guess what? All those people up there that want him to get fired and happy he got fired, they wouldn't. They're complete fucking hypocrites. Complete fucking hypocrites. They wouldn't run up and save a complete stranger. They would want to know their political views first. They would want to know if they're a Republican or Democrat first. They would want to know if they're heterosexual or gay first, or the transgender. You talk about some complete horseshit and bullshit. This is it. Let's keep it moving.
You don't want somebody like that saving your life? Yeah, you do. Wait till you're on fire.
Mayor Nancy Bond said directives make it clear that misuse of social media could result in consequences.
Their speech, either on or off duty.
No, it results in you trying to control people's lives. You trying to dictate how people think and how people feel and how people view life. That's what this results in.
May not necessarily be protected speech under the First Amendment. The City Council and the City of Greensboro is dedicated to promoting an environment that is free of discrimination, bias, and bullying.
What a bunch of horse shit. You know why? Because posting that you're proud to be heterosexual is not discrimination, it's not bias, and it's not bullying. That's complete horse shit.
Jones and his family were at tonight's meeting, but did not speak during public comment. I asked him for an interview, but his attorney advised him not to.
All right, guys. So you seen that, you heard that. Now, this man was fired from his job because he posted memes on social media, right? Memes that were deemed to be unacceptable in a violation of the social media policy for the Greensboro Fire Department. We're going to read over that policy. But first, I actually want to take a look at what he posted, okay? He posted these memes right here, right? This first one being straight pride, okay? It's natural, it's worked for 1,000 years, and you can make babies. Now, I'm not sure exactly what's transphobic about this, okay? I'm not sure exactly what's bigoted about this or hateful about this, because if you can be proud to be gay, I don't understand why you can't be proud to be straight, right? It's
Thank you. But that's the problem. You can be proud to be gay, transgender, Latin, or black. But as soon as you're proud to be straight or white, you're apparently a white supremacist, hateful, racist motherfucker. All right, let's keep it moving.
It's just so funny because you can apply the same thing when it comes to race. If you're proud to be black, or you can be proud to be black, and that's totally fine. Why can't you be proud to be white, right? Again, I don't understand, right? I'm missing something here. Okay, I'm trying to find the hate and the bigotry.
I am too.
He also posted this one and said, if this is a woman, and this is Rachel Levine, okay, she works at the Biden administration. This is a fishing pole. Again, I'm trying to find out where the hate and bigotry is because Rachel Levine is not a woman, right? And this firearm here is not a fishing pole.
No, see, once again, this is trying to force us to accept something that is not reality, something that will never exist, something that can never happen. A man cannot become a woman, and a woman cannot become a man. I mean, you could think you can, but it's just a thought. And you know, you can identify as whatever you want to, but it doesn't make you what you identify as. So basically, it's hateful to be proud to be heterosexual. Well, guess what? I'm just gonna be a hateful motherfucker the rest of my life.
Right. I'm just saying, I mean, this is a statement of fact.
Facts.
Right? Again, I'm trying to find out where is the hate and the bigotry. When you're stating facts, facts are not hate speech, man. Right? I don't know why.
That's the problem. Nowadays, they literally consider facts and truth as hate. You can't tell the truth. You can't say facts. That apparently is hateful.
Have to state that so much. I don't understand why people are so offended by this stuff. Okay. Now for this image right here, I'm not gonna scroll down and the rest of it because it has an image of Tyree Nichols in the hospital, and YouTube is gonna flag the video because the image is disturbing. But you all know what happened with the Tyree Nichols situation. He got beat up. He got beat to death by 5 black police officers, and he made a Facebook post in response and said, will we see another George Floyd reaction? Will cities burn? All lives matter. Okay, so he says all lives matter.
That's the racist thing.
And this is deemed as racist, right? They're saying that this one was racist. Now, he also made another post where,
when did your protests become racist? That's the thing. Like, I'm sorry, Chuck D. You were no longer public enemy number one. John Dillinger, he's dead. He can't even hold the title. I am literally public enemy number one. Straight white male. It's crazy.
he said that if a white person puts on blackface, then that is deemed to be racist. But if a man dresses like a woman, then they're a hero, right?
Wow.
So again, I mean,
and you know what's crazy? Like the Wayans brothers did White Girls, which is really whiteface. But like, did I think that was racist? No, it was hilarious. You know, I grew up as a kid watching In Living Color, which was a predominantly black cast of comedy entertainment. To be honest with you, man, I think black comedians are the best. I think they're the funniest. I can't think of a ton of white comedians that I really like. It's really most of the top comedians I like are black comedians, you know. But yeah, it's that's the thing. It's hypocrites across the board, double standards across the board. If being proud to be heterosexual is hateful, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, to me, being homosexual is disgusting. Like, I had a gay neighbor. I talked to him before. He was pretty conservative with his views. He agreed with a lot of things I agreed on. But for the most part, I thought his lifestyle was disgusting. It's disgusting. It makes me want to puke in my mouth. So, and my stance is that I accept homosexuals, but I'm not supporting Pride Month. I don't think that you should be proud to be gay. And I don't accept nor do I support transgenders, and I don't think you should be proud to be transgender, because you can't be what you want to be anyways. And it's one-sided anyways, because no biological woman is going to make it in men-dominated sports. And you don't hear the question of what is a man, because we ain't having that shit. We're not letting biological women into the boys club. Let's keep it moving.
Posted some things that people are saying is racist and bigoted and transphobic, right? And also, here's the policy from the Greensboro Fire Department about social media. It says Greensboro Fire Department members shall act professionally and responsibly and shall not use social media in any form that brings disrespect, disgrace, or embarrassment to the fire department, the fire rescue service, or city government in any manner. Now, this is
which basically means they can't post anything that they disagree with. Anything that goes against their views and ideologies, you can't post it, because whatever he just read, it's a bunch of horse shit. That's a bunch of horse shit. And to be honest with you, based on that wording, I mean, I think this guy's got a loss. I think this guy's got a winnable lawsuit on his hands.
Extremely broad, right? And I'm not sure if his post would bring any type of disrespect, disgrace, or embarrassment to the fire department. I'm not necessarily sure exactly how that would apply, but again, it's so broad, or I guess that it can be broadly interpreted that because his speech is political, that it does that. We have another section here that I think that may apply in regards to code of conduct. Okay, this section right here, 10A specifically says speech containing obscene or sexually explicit language, images, or acts and statements or other forms of speech that ridicule, malign, disparage, or otherwise express bias against any race, any religion, or any protected class of individuals. Now, here's the thing. I guess that you can interpret what he posted on social media as, I don't know, maybe a form of ridicule or maligning or disparaging, transgender individuals, okay? Because, he's acknowledging reality, right? Basic facts.
I can agree with that.
But honestly, I wouldn't go that far, because again, we can't have a society where if you state biological facts in reference to transgender people, that means that you're maligning them, or that you are, hateful or whatever. I don't think that we should be doing that, okay? But that's what's happening, okay? Facts have now become a form of hate speech. You can get fired for stating biological facts, right? Things that we have accepted as facts for literally hundreds of years, right? Thousands of years up until today, okay? And it's just absolutely insane to think about. Now, again, I guess there's an argument that can be made, and the argument was made during the city council meeting, that, well, his posts indicate that he may have bigoted viewpoints that could stop him from doing his job as a public service worker and saving people's lives. And I just disagree with that.
I do,
right?
too.
I don't think as a firefighter, again, if you're a firefighter and you watch my videos, you can, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think that when you get an emergency call to go to somebody's house that's on fire, I don't think you know that the person that lives there is transgender or black or whatever. You don't know the race. You don't know anything about the individual. All you know is that a house is on fire and that an individual may or may not need their life saved. That's all you know, right? So you're going to show up and do your job regardless, because that is your job, right? I don't think that the identity of the individual really matters in that moment. Okay, I don't think that there's any indication based off this man's post that he would not go and save the life of a black person or a transgender person or LGBTQ person. Okay, I don't even think it would be possible in the circumstance of him having to get an emergency call and to go to somebody's house. I don't think it would be possible for him to even know.
And you know what? He's a fire chief at that, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the fire chief. And I could be wrong, but I totally agree with what he said. Like, These guys don't sign up. And you know who ain't lining up to be firefighters and save lives? Transgenders. They're not lining up. And none of these jackasses or morons that were wanting him to get fired, they're not lining up to save lives and be firefighters. Like anybody that, like, these people literally take time away from their families to sleep overnight in the firehouse just so they can save lives of complete strangers who are basically labeling them all kind of names just because they don't agree with your views and your ideologies. What a bunch of scumbag bullshit, man. This is all about control. This is all about controlling how we think, forcing us to think a certain way, making us conform and get with the program. Yeah, I agree with everything he just said, man. I don't need to really hear much on this. I don't think one bit. They don't know. That's the thing. Nobody says, yeah, you got a house burning down at so-and-so address. Oh, by the way, the occupant is transgender. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. They're just going in there saving whoever. They're going to save a damn dog if they have to. What a bunch of bullshit, man. Those people up there that spewed that nonsense and that bullshit, acting like this guy would not still save lives just because he's proud to be a heterosexual is some force shit. I've heard enough, man. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast.